Hello guys, welcome back to Outage Gamer, Bernie here, and today I'm going to be comment a piece of news, which is something that I usually don't do on my channel, but was a very interesting thing that happened yesterday, and that is Sony confirms that the PS4 will be able to play PlayStation 2 games through emulation. And the thing is, that's fantastic, but we don't know if it's going to be like you can just grab your old games and play them on the newer system, or if it's going to be just a digital thing. I personally think it's going to be just a digital thing, but I would love to be able to play my old discs on my PS4 or on my future PS4, because I still don't have one. But this is something that caught my interest, and you may be wondering, but Bernie, there was already PS2 games on PS3, right? I mean, yes, they were, but they look like crap. I mean, and the sole reason I never bought them because they were running at their original resolution, and for that main reason I would never get them, because I personally, if I'm going to play the original resolution, I'd rather spend a little more money and buy the PS2 version rather than just buy a digital version that it's a very poorly emulated thing. I mean, it's not poorly emulated, it's just I don't like how it looks on my LCD, so I'm not going to give it money for it. So, but with the PS4 it's different. With the PS4 it seems like it's going to run at native 1080p, and you may be wondering and saying, but Bernie, how do you know that stuff? Actually, and this is basically the reason why Sony said this on public. It was because Digital Foundry, the guys who usually do the tests and comparisons between different versions of the same game on different consoles and blah blah blah, what they did was basically they were testing out the new PS4, the new Star Wars special edition that comes with some old school Star Wars games, and one of them were PS2 games, and the question was this an emulator or was this just a port? Because to be honest, it would be stupid if it was just an emulator for 3 games. I mean, wouldn't make any sense. Like, how are you going to release a full emulator? So if you're going to release a full emulator, it's going to be just for all the games. You're not just going to release an emulator just for 3 games. It's stupid. But in fact was an emulator, and this is where people figure out, okay, this is actual a game running on emulator. And there was many reasons how they find that. The first thing was the boot, like the booting had like the PlayStation 2 logo, and this was a not upscaled logo, so you could tell that it was the original image file. Another thing they realized was all the 2D assets were all a little bit blurry, because that's the thing with emulation. Usually 2D assets, they don't scale as the graphics do, as the 3D polygons do, so usually it looks like super blurry menus, and then you have very sharp and clean graphics, and that's what was happening there. So that's where I realized, yeah, that shit, it's really emulators running, and this is where people figure out, yes, this is an actual PS2 emulator running on PS4. And I will roll the images for you guys to see it, because the difference, it's day by night. Like, it looks way better on the actual PS4 version compared to the PS2 version. So you can tell the difference, it's day by night, and this is just a resolution upgrade. It's like, because of the low resolution, there's a lot of detail you miss. It feels like there's textures that are not there at low resolution. That's where I think, it's very important to run games always at the native resolution of the screen, because it makes the details pop up way more than if you're going to use, a low resolution game on a bigger resolution screen, because it looks very blurry and mushy. I don't know, it looks horrible from my perspective, and that was the main reason why I never bought PS2 classics on PS3, because they look horrible on my LCD, and for that I would rather prefer buying them on PS2. With this reason, and with the reason of having games running at their my native screen resolution, it's something that will make me consider seriously buying PS4 for some reason, because I really like that, and I know my PS2 and my stereo TV won't last forever, so I want options. I want options for my old school games look good on modern televisions, and it's not just the cables, it's not just, you know, the televisions, it's actual the internal resolution. So if you can change internal resolution like emulators do, the image quality would be way better. And this is a proof, a very specific proof that things could look better when you actually using the original resolution. And we saw that on many Wii games, and that's something that I seriously don't understand why Nintendo never picked it up this option, because I would love to, you know, have Nintendo console could load like Wii games at 1080p, because they look gorgeous on Dolphin emulator and on PC. I mean, I can just hook it up my Wiimote to my PC. That's the problem. Otherwise, I would be playing there because they look really nice, and that's the thing. They look really nice and clean. So, with this being said, I don't think I have more to say besides there's not enough information about whether this is going to be a backwards compatibility thing, or it's going to be a thing about you can download as a PSN classic, blah blah blah. We don't know nothing of that, but I can really be sure that it's going to be very interesting to watch the next PlayStation experience, because this is going to be an event around December. I think it's going to be 3rd December. I'm not sure. You know, but it's soon. It's like it's something that's going to happen soon, and this event will allow people. They're going to probably do a stream and talking about some new stuff for the PlayStation 4. I can't wait, and maybe they're going to sell me a PS4. Who knows? I personally, I mean, I'm interested, but still not 100% interested on it. But they are, you know, if they keep going and listen to the customers, I'll definitely go to a PS4. That's for sure. That's all I have to say about this matter. I hope you guys enjoy this rambling video, whatever you wanna call it. Again, guys, thank you for watching. See you guys next time.